guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome for those who just pop into my channel. So you guys want an update from me and the British wet that I met in Vancouver, so I'm gonna give you some updates. So I'm back in Thailand right now. I've been back for 3 weeks. I haven't talked to him for maybe like a month or so, I think, like around that. So after that incident, I talked to him on the phone twice. And you're gonna be like, oh, why did you still talk to him? So I was asking for some stuff back that I left unintentionally his place, but he already tossed it because he said like I asked him to toss it and he did. The thing is like I was talking to him and it was great. I talked to him, so I can feel that he's like really like a very class dismissive avoidant. He gave me reasons of like why did he feel like he did me a favor by telling me that he's not ready and it's better for me to find someone else, when he could have said that from the start. Oh, how could I know from the start what I wanted, like on the each date? I mean, you know, like you knew that you're not emotionally available, like you don't want to connect with anyone in a deeper level emotionally, you knew. And you still keep deceiving yourself and me and other girls in the past and in the future that he's gonna meet, because he's gonna keep deceiving himself that he's ready, he's want to be in a relationship, but he's not, and then he's gonna deceive other girls. That's like, oh, he only wanted sex, he only want casual sex. And I believe in karma. What he did to me, he will experience one day. He will be taken advantage of, he will be used, and he will get dumped, and he will have his heart broken because of the way he been treating girls. It's a pattern. So he said like, oh, like I'm not good enough to be his friend because he lived in Coquitlam and I stayed in Vancouver. He was like, why would I drive 45 minutes just to see you for coffee or dinner? He said like the only reason that he would drive to see me at that time to be on the phone is if I were to be engaging in him sexually, in terms of kissing, touching, whatever. That's what he said. Kind of good for me to hear stuff like that so I can see him for who he really is. It's a walking red flag. It's good for me to hear that because I was putting him on the pedestal. So I feel like he needs to stop treating dogs and start treating himself seeing a train. Because if he's still not working on himself, he's gonna keep hurting people. Eventually, all of those feelings are going to hit him. And he's going to start feeling bad about himself for hurting so many people because of his emotionally unavailability. So after talking to him, I can feel that anytime I'm trying to talk about my feelings or how I feel, how he treated me, how he made me feel, he would shut off. He did not want to hear it. Like he was like, if I'm going to keep talking about my feelings or how he made me feel, he's not going to have it. He's a classic avoidant kind of thing. So I didn't see that coming. I think he came into my life to teach me a lesson of love bomber and to know that there's something called dismissive avoidant person who would love bomb you, say all the things that you wanted to hear but never actually deliver. He's like, he said he wanted to buy me flowers, he never did. Like, oh, I'm gonna take you for like a small hike and stuff, he never did. So he's like a good classic red flags of like he will promise you the world, he will never deliver. But after that, I talked to him like once again and he seems to like couple man. I would say like he's cute, so I'm sure he will get more girls and he's gonna keep hurting more girls. So I said like he need to stop treating animals and start treating himself, because from what I'm seeing, it's like I'm good now. I still a little bit hurt, but I feel a little bit much better. Like I'm not saying like, oh, I didn't like him, like blah blah blah. It's not like that. It's more about like I acknowledge that like I liked him. Sometimes I still think about him, but I'm not pursuing anything. Like I'm not texting him or I'm not trying to do anything else crazy. So after him, I went on dates, and then I can see that there are people who would treat me better. It's like who would not be deceitful like him in terms of like trying not to tell me what he wanted from the start because he's afraid of me rejecting him. After that, I was seeing this London boy. I would say like London boy for like 2 weeks, a week, something. So I've been seeing him for like almost every day. Yeah. So I was hanging out with him like almost every day, and then I left Vancouver. And at that point, I was we still kept talking for a while. We stopped talking now because he said like he still wanted to see other girls in Vancouver and he doesn't want to pursue anything long distance. So I felt I need to stop embarrassing myself and let him do what he wants. I stopped talking to him, and I don't know if we will stop again. I don't know if anyone back from my past I will talk to them again. For the wet, I think he needs to work on himself. And I think he's not the type of person that will talk to me because he gaslight me on, oh, like I was acting crazy because I told him how I feel, like I texted him how I feel and stuff like that. And it was like, oh, he never had experienced stuff like that before. Like he never has girls like asking him on how they felt, on how he treated. He's like, oh, like we don't need to vomit our emotions through text. You can plan and manipulate people into doing what you want, but you don't want to accept when someone's want to express their feelings. I learned my lesson. I feel like he's just manipulated me from the start. I just didn't see it. Well, I didn't see like how he was getting what he wanted. I felt like it was mutual. It wasn't mutual. It was one-sided in terms of he tricking me to thinking that he was long-term relationship. For relationship wise, I'm not planning to date anyone here in Thailand. I'll be focusing on myself. And then I have new projects on my work a little bit. And I will probably plan my travel again next year. Plan to move out of Thailand. So if anyone has any idea on like how I can do that or like how should I do that, I'm all ears. Moving to Canada, moving to US. About Canada, because the US is a little difficult to move to. So if anyone has any like suggestions on how I can move, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to plan another visit like next year for a few months. This time, like last time was like 2 months, right? So this time I want to visit for like maybe 3 to 4 months and we'll see on that. So this is like a little bit of a quick update on my side. And I hope you guys have a great October. Have a better dating life experience than mine. Okay. Well, see you in my next video. Bye.